Seattle. From the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and themselves. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The third Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So it'll be first down here after the run. Time running out here on the play clock. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And it's complete. Thomas rolls. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd and 11. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
Yeah, you have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Baldwin with it over the middle. Doug Baldwin hadn't had a touchdown catch in 5 weeks. Until week 10, he had 3 of them. 6 catches, 3 of them in the end zone.
That's making up for lost time, and let's face it, the connection he established with Russell Wilson, especially beginning in 2015, continues on now. When things are tight and Russell Wilson is hemmed in, he's looking for number 89, and Doug Baldwin knows it, senses it, and finds a way to get open.
Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And the wideout in motion. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Going to Rawls on the dump off. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And he motions the wide receiver. On second down, Wilson. And this will be caught at the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still...
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They go play action here on first down. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 30 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Good drive last time, really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First down, Wilson. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he's brought down after a good gain.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Play clock winding down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So for that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On first and 10, it's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Wilson. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. He'll dump it off to Procise. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. 4th down. Here's Wilson. And it is incomplete. Well, Charles, we had one of the best innings, if not the best of the season in Week 10. Will Parks and the Broncos returning that block kick down the sideline. White cleat, white sideline. Did he step out? Hard to tell.
Before I even get to that answer, you know what it reminds me of? A hockey player told me a long time ago, you never wrap your stick with white tape, because then the goalie can find the puck a lot easier. Wrap it with black tape to try and hide it a little bit. We talk about a white shoe on a white sideline. Hard to tell whether he did or didn't. And since the call on the field was he didn't, it had to stand. So that made it really work out well. So if you're going to play, white cleats might be the way to go.
And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 21 that time. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. In motion, right, Baldwin. On first down, Procise. And he's brought down. And Procise did it both on the ground and through the air against the Patriots. 66 rushing, 87 receiving.
Doesn't really surprise you, does it? Because you remember him in college at Notre Dame. What did he do there? Played running back
and receiver.
And now he's using his versatility really well for Seattle. And I think the rushing yards was really big for them. He's doing it a little bit differently than the normal Seattle running backs, who are much more pounders. This guy can get to the perimeter on you and put up a big number.
12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Seahawks a first down. And the slot man goes in motion left. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And the wide out in motion. First down, this is Rawls. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. It's a pickup of 21. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal. A nice, strong run there for Rawls. His coach is back in high school in Flint, Michigan. You know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
First and goal from the 8. Rawls. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Luke Wilson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit from the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Fighting through. Drops it underneath for Rawls. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he's got Lockett. A good pickup there, 22. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because
looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he motions the wide receiver. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They're going to run this with a tight end. Stays on his feet. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, and now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hauschka's kick is good. So 2 quarters down. Never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Hey, good job right here.
Second half starts with a run by Rawls. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defense feet and allow the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
The carry here for the big tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. In motion is the tight end, Graham. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. Third down now following the run. On third down, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, and it's fourth down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. And the wideout in motion. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 28 yards on that one. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground attack. It's Rawls. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, Rawls. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now it's Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Pitch goes to Rawls. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
On second down, here's Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store. Of the second half. They're down in this